All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD, and it's time for another HD broadcast. Currently Tuesday morning, right before I have to head off to work, and I pray to God today that I do not get my car stolen again, because I do park it at the local subway station. And yeah, last time I did that, it did get stolen. So anyways, this is going to be a quick broadcast before I head off to work. I just got this email. I checked my email in the morning. And in fact, let me go ahead and alt-tab and give credit to where credit's due. To the person who sent me this email. My email is very slow, unfortunately. Where is it? Where is that game? There we go. It is Hakan Bard's Nest. You have sent me this replay. Thank you so much. You put a little title that caught my eye. So hopefully you weren't lying to me. This should be a pretty good one. And it is a Terran versus Terran. It's going to be between FXO, QXC, playing on the team account. Big congrats, by the way, to FXO for now moving out to South Korea. If you're living in the mecca of StarCraft 2, then you obviously are going to become one of the best. Us in North America and Europe can only hope to turn our heads to the west or east and pray. But you guys who reside in the mecca, big ups there. And of course, his opponent is going to be Jaryong Pros. Not familiar with him, but he is a grandmaster on the Korean ladder. And yeah, I think this game between QXC and Jaryong should be pretty good. Looks like we have a little bit of an SCV moving out here. I don't know what this guy's planning to do. He wants to do a little fishing here by the river. Unfortunately, he forgot to bring his little fishing line here. So he is gonna build a fishing house next to the river. It is gonna be a command center coming up here in the little valley below. Oh man, I love to call this spot the little cheese land, because on Shakuras Plateau, this is where all the cheese kind of tends to happen. So I can't wait to see what QXC's got planned here. I would assume it's gonna be some kind of a planetary fortress rush though. Usually players don't build a command center to cheese with. I mean, what are they going to attack with? SCVs and pitchforks in hand? No, it's going to be a planetary fortress with the mighty twin Abix cannon. And what is this SCV doing? An engineering bay, the little fishing hut to go with the fishing house. And Jaryong here, is he going to scout the engineering bay? Oh no, failed to scout. Yeah, if that guy had caught the engineering bay going up, he could have quit his job as an SCV, could have become an FBI detective. But as it stands, he is not going to get any scouting information at all. In fact, he's going to be denied at the front door as well. Ouch. And Jaryong completely in the dark. QXC's build here is going to be perfect. And you guys notice his timings are all perfect to get the planetary fortress down. In fact, the orbital command, not the orbital command, that's the other cousin, the weaker cousin of the planetary. The command center now has floated up. It is ready to morph into whatever structure it chooses to become. And oh man, it is definitely going to become a PF here. The silly Marine out on the front lawn is not going to be too happy to realize there's a PF coming here. The SCV will come in and oh yeah, definitely going to be a PF. And what in the world is Jaryong gonna do here? I mean, how often do you notice, a planetary fortress usurping your natural expansion? This is actually what's happening here. QXC has usurped Jaryong's natural with the PF, and I'm so interested to see what Jaryong's response is gonna be. Meanwhile, though, he is doing a little bit of damage with this Reaper. Almost manages to kill the mule as it was summoned down, but it is gonna be picked off. Not bad at all, but on the home front, we have SCVs coming to charge the Marine. The Marine doesn't want to run into the PF, and ouch. Not a good way to die. That Marine died like a little ant, just a little indespicable dusk on this world. And look at that thing, man. That is not a friendly structure to greet yourself with at your front door. There's a lot of other friendly things I can think of. Rainbows, unicorns, but a planetary fortress? It's definitely not something you want to be seeing building outside your front ramps. So, I don't know, guys. What is Jaryong going to do here? He's building an orbital, but that's not going to be able to land at the natural. So, he may opt to float that up to the 12. He does have a factory coming up here, so I would imagine he's going to try to get siege tanks out to deal with this planetary fortress, and that would be the best option here. And he's going to go straight into a starport as well, so perhaps going to get some early dropships out. Because you guys have to remember, he can't build, or he can't Maynard SCVs across this area. This is the later version of Shakura's Plateau. So he will have to ferry SCVs over by way of air. And yeah, I think Charyong isn't in that bad of a spot, but certainly a little bit demoralizing to see a PF just planted at your front door. And on top of that, FXO QXC is mining minerals. This is supposed to be money going towards Jaryong's trust fund for college, and he's robbing it right now. And oh, he's even getting high sec auto tracking just to add insult to injury. That's going to give +1 rage to the PF. Not an upgrade you see every day, but it does have its uses. So Jaryong here cannot be too happy about that. He's like, this is how the North Americans play, hey? Oh man, QXC showing South Korea how it's done. Meanwhile though, he does have a starport, and he looks like he's gonna go straight into Cloak. Yes, gonna get Cloak for his Banshees, and he has Banshees on the way. Pretty smart build here. And meanwhile though, he's got to worry about his PF because now the tank is out and siege mode is complete. Oh, Comsat though, Ibix Cannon! Every time that Ibix Cannon shoots, I'm just gonna yell out, Ibix Cannon! I mean, it does, what does it do? It does 40 damage, and it has a range of 7 with the upgrade. I mean, literally, every time it shoots a Marine, it's like a Baneling shot. Even more powerful than Baneling shot, in fact. So it's actually quite damaging. The SCVs can repair it for quite some time as well. Meanwhile, though, Jaryong coming in here with a dropship. Oh, there's a turret there! The dropship taking serious damage to the hull, and oh, red alert, everything falls down below, and only one lone Marine gets out. Definition of Black Hawk Down right there. That Marine is a sole survivor, but yeah, he is just going to be stranded there for a little while and not going to be able to do much at all. QXC though, meanwhile, now has a little bit of an issue to worry about, as there are now 2 tanks sieged up right outside of his so-called fast expansion. And let's see what he can do about that. He does have a Banshee here, has lured the Marines out. Oh god, no! That's not what Jaryong wants to do. Running into that Ibix Cannon is never a good idea, and it looks like that is going to allow FXO QXC to snipe one of the tanks. Brilliant snipe by QXC here, and if he can get the other tank, he would be in a great position. Losing some of his SCVs at the front door here. Let's see, both players pretty even in Harvesters though. And actually QXC has kept his Harvester count, you know, the damage to a minimum, and gets another tank kill. Brilliant snipe by QXC, man. This Banshee here should be just renamed the Tank Killer 101. Has already killed off, could be killing off a 3rd tank. Oh, the dropship picked it up at the last second as the rockets were landing down. Good micro by Jaryong to keep that tank alive. But now he's got to worry about a 2nd Banshee here. Comsat will push that away for now. But guys, I just love what QXC is doing here. He has stolen, oh my god, he's getting a fusion core. Is he really gonna go from the PF rush into a battlecruiser rush? Oh, QXC, you're such a baller. Literally, man. Ah, he's gonna snipe the tank in the repair shop too. Nice job right there. Loses the Banshee, but definitely worth the trade. You know, he's such a baller for mining the natural of Jaryong, rushing for battlecruisers now, it seems like, and keeping Jaryong on his toes this entire time. I mean, literally, he's not allowing Jaryong to play the game he wants to play. I mean, Jaryong can't even push out. He has to rely on dropships to mobilize his army. And while dropships are useful in Terran versus Terran, I would imagine the money would be much better invested this early in the game into tanks. So, I just love this play by QXC. He may actually end up getting another tank. Oh, just barely. Right now, the air completely controlled by QXC. Has now finally spotted the mining expansion at the 12. In fact, he has a sensor tower here. Radar activated. Can see the SCVs. Loses one of the Banshees though. But he does have to worry about his front door. There are Marines that are just stimming themselves into the frontier, preparing themselves for any forces they may engage, and I think they're going to be able to do a lot of damage. Meanwhile, a Ibix Cannon just slaying the Marines. Oh, brutal. But it looks like QXC here is going to lose a considerable amount of SCVs here. Oh my god, no forces here at the front door, and Jaryong is just going to be able to wipe these SCVs clean, but it looks like QXC was able to kill a majority of them, but oh man. But with that, both players even in the Harvester tab, even though Jaryong killed off a good 27 Harvesters, by doing that, he really only evened the score. And I don't know, now he's got to deal with the battlecruiser, despite killing off all his SCVs. So QXC now bringing the ultimate weapon of war out, the mighty battlecruiser operational. And I wonder what he's going to do about this. I mean, seriously, Marines without any upgrades at all stand no chance against the BC. And oh, we have a weapon refit upgrade. I'm pretty sure that's the Yamato cannon. Yeah. Blizzard just wants to play with my mind, has two different images for the weapon refit and the Yamato upgrade. But yeah, it is going to be battle cruisers with Yamato cannon here. The Planetary Fortress continuing to be sieged, and it looks like, oh, look at that battle cruiser, man. The armor just providing it so much defense. Marines stand no chance. It looks like the 12 o'clock is going to get sieged by the BC as well, and oh man, these two tanks, their days are numbered. The battle cruiser is going to be able to absolutely demolish them, taking them out one by one. This BC, meanwhile, destroying the SCVs. And I think QXC stands a pretty good chance of winning this game. He's killing off these Marines one by one. And Jaryoung has to save his siege tank here. The siege tank, though, will go down. And with that, the PF being repaired all the way back up to full health. The 12 o'clock is being laid siege. It's getting smacked down by the battlecruiser in the air, and the missile turrets just stand no chance whatsoever. In fact, all the SCVs and mules have been destroyed except for one SCV and one mule. And of course, QXC can just run on back to his repair home, and he can repair the battlecruisers back up to full health. In fact, he has two repair depots where he can repair his BCs. And Jaryoung here is going to have to quickly get out some Vikings, and I like what he's doing. He does have two reactor starports on the way. Oh, almost manages to snipe a battlecruiser, but not quite. Brilliant play right here, guys, by QXC. I mean, seriously, he's got battlecruisers all over the map. He has Yamato cannon ready, but unfortunately the BCs do not yet have enough energy. Actually, this one does have enough energy. Oh, QXC here could snipe the orbital command, and that would be a brilliant attack to pick off the mining expansion of Jaryoung. It doesn't look like he's going to do that quite yet. May wait for a couple more BCs. And meanwhile, Jaryoung is attacking the rocks here. Wants to open up a bit of a ground way for his Marines to segue their way over to the main of QXC, but I don't know if that's going to work out too well. These Marines may have to just be positioned for defensive purposes from here on out, because there are 4 battlecruisers in the air. They mean business, and oh my god, the BCs are going to engage the Marines with 2 tanks on the high ground above to help shell those Marines apart, and that will push the Marines back. And now the BCs have an open shot for the orbital command. No, not quite yet. Just playing a little bit of cutesy micro here to deal with the missile turret first, and it looks like the turret on fire, but the SCV is quickly able to repair that up. Wow, what a pressure situation here for Jaryoung. I mean, I'm pretty sure, you know, when you play Terran versus Terran, and I'm sure these guys play hundreds of hours of games a week, you're not really used to dealing with a PF at your natural and battlecruisers in the air, but you know, QXC here, being the unorthodox player he is, just bringing the pain, is doing a great job. I love this build. It's very, very creative, very inventive. And here comes the 4 BC. It's going to sneak around the backside. Are they going to Yamato cannon the orbital? They have enough energy to do it. In fact, I don't think I've seen a Yamato cannon used in a pro game ever. So this would definitely be very interesting. Here comes the BC. Oh, you have permission from headquarters to fire the Yamato cannon. Here we go, and down goes the orbital. Oh my god, obliterated, just vaporized by the Yamato cannon. 150 damage shot per Yamato. Jaryoung now has to ferry SCVs over from the main over to his new natural. And I mean, great for him. I mean, he does have another mining expansion, so he's not out of the game entirely, but you know, losing that orbital, not a good way to go. I mean, there's 5, 6 BCs in the air now, I believe. And these guys mean business. They're going to be able to take down that missile turret with ease. Jaryoung, though, has plans of his own. Wants to engage the Planetary Fortress outside his natural. If he can take this out, he'd be in a great position. I would love to see him spread his Marines out. Oh, FXO QXC repairing the PF, and that is going to absolutely deny these Marines. Marines just got sent home, and they were not able to do any damage at all. QXC now coming in with BCs. He's coming in with the business here. Yamato cannon ready to fire again. Oh, killing off a couple of Vikings there. Not bad at all. And I would argue, you know, QXC probably has enough BCs to take out these Vikings. Doesn't have to worry too much. Oh, a couple of Marines on the ground, though, may change the tide of war, and it's going to certainly be an interesting battle here. QXC doesn't have that many battlecruisers left up standing, and they do not have that many upgrades, able to slay hordes of Marines on the ground. But QXC finally losing the final battlecruiser, but not before doing extensive damage to Jaryong Pros. Just looking at the army tab right now, it is 104 to 80. The income tab, it is 40 under 70. So Jaryong here, the build has worked remarkably. I'm sure Sheth and all the other guys on FXO are behind QXC right now, just like rooting him on, like, yeah, man, you're doing an awesome job. I love this build. This is gonna revolutionize Terran versus Terran. I'm always gonna build a PF at my opponent's natural. So yeah, a really, really great play by QXC. Looks like he's coming in here to end the game. Has a couple tanks on the ground and gonna be able to siege them up along with his Marines, and I'm not sure what Jaryong can do at this point. He may actually be forced to land his Vikings in order to deal with these Marines. Or maybe just, I don't know, maybe he's just gonna sack his natural? Not entirely sure what his plan here is. Yeah, he's gonna bring in his forces, trying to repair that orbital command up right away, but oh my god, there's just fire everywhere. Someone call the fire department because everything is burning. The roof is on fire, and here comes Jaryong. He's gonna come in with a couple of Marines, but not enough to do anything, and that is gonna be the GG of this game. So, nice little interesting game there. I like the PF rush. Thank you once again for sending me this replay, and of course, if you guys ever have some interesting reps, send it to me at hdreplays@gmail.com. I do have to rush off to work right now, but before I go, I want to tell you guys that I just got sent an epic set of replays, and when I mean epic, I do mean epic, and it does involve our friendly Combat X, so I can't wait to cast those series of games. That's going to be coming up next. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in, and that's it for me. HD, signing out.